Guys, welcome to video 37. This is the one in the ASCII and UNICODE playlist where we cover what you need to know on the programming part of your course to be able to convert from ASCII characters to the numeric equivalent and back again. We call this ASCII conversion. All will become very, very clear in a very short period of time. The purpose of this video is then to be able to use the Python ORD and char functions to translate between characters and decimal equivalents in the ASCII table. This is called ASCII conversion, guys. And also to show how we can exploit the sequencing of characters in an ASCII table using condition and iteration in Python. So let's just go back to the OCR spec. This is the part of the spec that specifically relates to syntax and using a high-level programming language. So the ERL equivalent of these two functions to translate to do ASCII conversion is the ask and the char function. Both of those are in uppercase, guys. For some reason, I have no idea why, these two functions should be expressed in purely uppercase. Excuse me. But we have the ERL function ask, which obviously is short for ASCII, and then we have the ERL function char, CHR. So what these two functions do, if we take the ask function to start with, is it takes a alpha character like the uppercase A and returns the numerical equivalent from the ASCII table, which is 65. Okay, and the opposite of that is to use the char function, where we put in a number that's used in the ASCII table, and it returns the character that number is used as part of its encoding. So in the ASCII table, 97 is used as the encoding for the lowercase a character. Now in Python, it's almost the same, except that we don't have the ask function. We have a function called ORD, O-R-D, which stands for ordinal, and it's lowercase, guys, as you would expect in most programming languages. Okay, so very little difference, but we will be doing a Python demo to show you how those work. Now before we do the demo, what I've done is I've taken an extract from the table that you might have seen in the previous video, and I've cropped this down just to show you what the ASCII numeric equivalents are of the uppercase alphabet, and likewise the lowercase alphabet as well, because I don't think that in our Python demos we will be using any other examples of from the ASCII table apart from the two alphabets. So you might want to make a mental note, guys, that for uppercase we're looking at the numbers 65 to 90 inclusive, and for lowercase excuse me, we are using 97 to 122 inclusive as the numeric representation of those characters, guys. Okay, so let's crack on and do some Python demos. So a very simple Python demo where we can, or I can show you some examples of ASCII conversion. So just as a reminder, I've put the ERL examples that were in the OCR syllabus spec up on the screen as well for you guys. Okay, so a reminder that the ASCII uppercase ask function, right, with a character such as uppercase A, for example, will return the value of 65, 65 being the numeric equivalent of A in the ASCII table, and the reverse of that, the opposite of that, is to use the CHR function with 65 returns A. Okay, so using those two functions to work in either direction in the ASCII table. So let's do the Python equivalent then. So I'm just going to simply say print, all right, and then for ask we need to do ORD. Okay, so that's the Python equivalent is ORD, and it will be ORD of capital A. All right, so let's print that and see what we get. Make sure it works okay. All right, and we do indeed, guys, all right, my favorite expression, we do indeed get 65. Okay, so we have in Python the ORD, which is the lowercase. All right, in fact, just let me just make this bigger, guys, as I always do. So in Python, the Python equivalent of ask in ERL is ORD. All right, so ORD of a character gives us the numeric equivalent, which is found in the ASCII table, hence 65, guys. Okay, nice and simple. Let's do it the other way around. You'll be pleased to know that this one is the same. All right, so if I change this to CHR, just like with the ERL, okay, and then put in 65, all right, I will be converting in reverse. So this time I should get capital A, or uppercase A, which I do. Right. So very simple example, guys, and that's almost as complicated as it gets, really. Just for you to understand that the ERL equivalent of the Python version is almost the same, but all programming languages have this ability using two functions to be able to translate in either direction with an ASCII table, from the numeric to the character represented, or from the character that's being represented to the value that's used for the encoding. The really good news, guys, actually, and it is good news, this should put a smile on your face, is that you don't need to work with the binary numbers in the ASCII table. You only need to work with the decimal numbers. There are ways in which we can do that, a sort of more native working with the ASCII table. I will show you how that's done in a future video. But for your GCSE course and for your programming, you do not need to work with the native binary values in an ASCII table. You can work quite acceptably with the decimal equivalents. All right, you don't need to do any more than that. So for our next demo, let's look at ways in which we can exploit the sequencing of our characters in the ASCII table. I'm going to start off with something like this. Let's say print. All right, and then we're going to do lowercase a, and let's do a less than lowercase b. Right, is this going to work? Are we going to get a logical return? Or are we going to get a syntax error? Let's see what we actually get. Is a less than b? And it says true. Is this just a fluke? What happens if I do this the other way around? Okay, is a greater than b? We should get, if it's being evaluated correctly and logically, we should get false. And we do get false. And the reason is because behind the scenes, Python is using the numeric equivalent, or the position of our characters in the ASCII table, to do a logical comparison. And because a has a smaller numeric value in the ASCII table than b, it's evaluating it on that basis. So whilst on the surface it looks like there's some amazing AI going on evaluating the logic behind characters in our alphabet, in fact what's actually happening is that a mathematical evaluation is being done based on the numeric equivalence of our characters in the table. And I'll show you that that's the case logically. Let's do, for example, let's say that capital, let's do small, capital Z, okay, is greater than little a. All right, what do you think, guys? What are we going to get? And we actually get false. So you would have thought, wouldn't you, based on the logic of the alphabet, that capital Z actually should have a bigger value than little a. Why is that the case then, guys? What happens if I do this? All right, should that be false, true, or the same? Actually says false, and the reason is because the lowercase alphabet has a higher numerical position in sequence in the ASCII table than the capital letters. It appears later in the table, so all of the lowercase alpha characters, the alphabet in the ASCII table, have a higher value, therefore are greater than the numeric equivalents of the uppercase alphabet in the table as well. So all of this is being done based on numeric values and comparisons with numbers in the ASCII table. Okay, so for the next demo, I actually want to do some iteration. So what I want to do is I want to iterate through the equivalent of the alphabet and print out the alphabet in sequence, okay? And we're going to, obviously, guys, we're going to be using our two functions to be able to do that. So I'm going to start off with a couple of constants. All right, so let's put in constants, as we should do, guys, in Python code. And let's have a constant that says start, because we're going to be using iteration. So I want to use a for loop. So I want a in range start and stop value. Okay. So I'm going to say that start should be, and then it will be the odd equivalent of the character uppercase A. Okay. Stop rather will be the end of the alphabet. So stop, okay, will be odd of uppercase Z. Or is that the case, guys? Do I need to do anything else? If you remember, of course, in iteration, all right, Python goes up to but not inclusive of the stop value. So I need to add in one there to go to the next character in the ASCII table, but not to actually include that. Okay, so we want to do +1. Right, so what do I need to do for my for loop? I want for count, okay, in range, and then I want our start value. So we want start okay, comma, stop. All right, and then I simply want to print, and then this time I want char of the value of count, okay, because that will return the character. And what would be quite useful, I think, is to pop on the end there something to print out across the screen rather than down. So let's just pop our end parameter in our print function. Okay, let's run that and see what we get. And there we go, guys, we've printed the alphabet. Now this is really nice because you can use this very simple couple of lines of code, or 4 lines of code. Maybe an example of this is to fill up a list that you want to use in another Python program. So the purpose of your other Python program isn't to print out letters of the alphabet, but it may be that you want to have a list with letters of the alphabet as the components of your list, and you can write this very, very simply to populate a list, okay, a Python list. So that's a nice example of how we can do that. Likewise, guys, of course, what I could do is I could do this for lowercase as well. Very, very simple. Just change our values here to lowercase. All right, A to Z plus 1. All right, and that will do exactly the same, or give us exactly the same result, guys. Okay, so there we have our lowercase alphabet printed out, all because the numeric equivalents in the ASCII table are also in sequence. Okay, let's just move that over a little bit for you. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do in this Python video, because from the perspective of your GCSE programming theory and demonstrating this using a programming language like Python, this is all really that you're expected to know. In the following videos, guys, I will show you some extra stuff you can do in Python which you may find useful for your practical programming project, where we're making greater use of both the ASCII and the UNICODE table. Okay, guys, I may see you in the next video.